What's going on, guys? My name is Noah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a video regarding TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. If you'd like to know why I'm on TRT, please feel free to direct your eyes to the description below. There's a long-winded but relatively detailed story of how I came to find out I had no T and why I was put on TRT. A question I get from a lot of guys a lot is whether or not being on TRT will suddenly make them a much more confident version of themselves. I think the question usually literally just says, hey Noah, do you think I'll become more confident when I start my testosterone replacement therapy? And I have some thoughts about that. I think if in the past you saw yourself as a very confident person and then you've been going through some hard times, maybe depression, anxiety, issues with your libido, your vitality, a lot of things that are associated with low T, then yeah, naturally getting those things up should help. That would make sense. But if you're someone who never had any confidence, never had a ton of charisma, or struggled with feeling comfortable around other people, then I think it could be a longer, slightly more windy road. And all I mean by that is that it doesn't turn you into a different person. It should just return you to the person you were before you had low testosterone. So for me personally, I've always been relatively outspoken, relatively confident, pretty good with people, pretty okay in social situations. I like attention, so I like to make people laugh, and I've always been considered like the class clown growing up or whatever. Now, when I went through my depressive episode, when I found out I had low testosterone, when I dealt with the slew of side effects of low T coupled with the other stuff I was going through, you can bet that I became a much less confident version of myself. So for me, identifying my hormone imbalance, getting that in check, being able to finally build muscle for a change instead of all the fat I was accruing because of my low T, among other things, being able to think a little more clearly, sleep a little better, have my libido back, all of these things helped reintroduce me to my former self. But I will say to guys that don't feel confident in general and wonder if they ever will, use TRT, use balancing out your hormones as an opportunity to then work on other aspects of your personality. Not as like a be-all, end-all, once I do this, I'll suddenly be something else. You'll be healthier. You'll be healthier. You might have a greater opportunity to follow through with other dreams, hopes, desires, things that promote good self-esteem, ego, proper self-worth. Those things can come with just feeling better, assuming you're willing to put work in other places, if that makes any sense. Like accomplishing goals, or treating people with kindness, or following through with a diet, or a lifestyle change, or a fitness change. TRT will help you have the opportunity to do that. But it's not like you're going to suddenly start and be someone completely different. You should just be a stronger version of who you already were. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that doesn't sound like a corny response, but I think it's just like my effort to not promote my experience on TRT or your potential experience if you have low testosterone like I did, is like, hey, do this and then you'll be happy. Do this and then everything's going to be okay. It's like, no, do this and it could be a great piece of the puzzle, barring it works for you. Your doctor thinks it's good for you. Your blood work, side effects of low T, all those things add up to being like, yeah, you're someone who, if you can't sort out the reasoning for your low T, would benefit. And now why don't you, now that you feel healthier and you feel more well, why don't you go try to become whoever you want to become, whether that be professionally, in terms of relationships, personally with your fitness goals, lifestyle goals. It's very conducive and helpful for that, but it is not suddenly going to make you something you're not. And leave me comments. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying, if you think I'm full of poo-poo. Like I said, again, it's been a positive experience for me, but I've still had to work a lot on myself and what I want, who I am, and how to earn credibility with myself by making goals and accomplishing them and following through with things. All stuff that even when I was younger wasn't necessarily great at, other than being kind of silly and outspoken. So yeah, that'll do it. Thank you to everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. Thank you all of you guys who are supporting me here. If you have ideas for TRT videos, please leave them in the description below. I've been doing this for a long time, and I, could use some feedback for what you guys want to see. I heard some of you say you want to get some more injection videos, so that's cool. Got some other stuff coming, but I don't need to talk about that now. We'll see you guys in the next one. Go out there, take good care of yourself, use TRT as a piece of the puzzle, and continue to see in which ways you can grow to become the best version of yourself. That's all any of us can really hope for, right? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Adios, bromigos.